a job working at EchoStar. It's all right. Or what do I think is the inevitable consequences? Do we ever break those down, ladies and gentlemen? Do we ever take a look at those implications before we sit there and do something? And then afterwards, do we ever take a look at the consequences? If I make this decision, these are going to be the consequences. Now, I know I'm talking about negative, but of course the consequences can be good. But we had to take a look at implications before. We had to take a look at consequences. And of course, we had to take a look at points of view. Other people's perspectives. And I'm not saying that you have to believe everybody's point of view, but we have to take a look at this. We have to take a look at what maybe her goal is. And why she came up with that instead of me saying, oh, my solution is the best solution. Your solution is wrong. I'm not going to believe anybody's solution because, of course, I'm right. And we simply get into unreflective, egocentric thinking, and we never take a look at other people's points of view. And we have to be able to do that. Because other people have other ideas. They have other creativity. They can come up with other pieces of information that maybe you didn't take a look at. Now, we have all these elements of thoughts, and it comes down to the next element of being able to improve our critical thinking. It's what we call as critical thinking standards. If you took a look at the back here, you see this nice little triangle. Hey, how many of you have gone to a doctor's office here in like the last maybe 4 or 5 months, or a dentist's office? Raise your hand. Hey, who's the first person that you see when you go into a dentist's office or a doctor's office? The doctor, right? Secretary? What is the lady? What does the secretary or the receptionist do when you walk in? Oh, go right in. He starts asking you all sorts of weird questions, right? Hey, what's your name? Sign in. What are you here for? What are you here to see? And you're like, dang, this isn't the CIA or the National Security Agency. But you know what? What do you think that she's doing? She's synthesizing, she's filtering out, and she's using standards. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look up here at me. When you're thinking anything, and you're looking at something or looking at information, start activating your virtual receptionist. When I take a look at this information and I go, well, is this really true? Is it clear? Is it accurate? Is it precise? When all of a sudden I take my vehicle in and this guy, I take it in to rotate the tires and I look at the guy and say, hey, did you tighten up all my lock nuts? I mean my lugs for my tires? Oh, sure did. They're nice tight. Yeah, ready, tighty, lefty, loosey, right? Do you think that's really accurate, precise? Do you think I'm going to walk away and go, oh, okay. And 3 miles down the road, there goes the tire, right? Would it be better if I simply use a standard saying, did you take a look at the ISO standards for my vehicle and find out what the torque weight should be on all the tire lugs? Oh, yes, we did, sir. It's 70 pounds per square inch, and we've already done that. That's what? That's precise. That's accurate. Do we ever do that when we're thinking of things? Do we ever sit there and be able to activate our virtual receptionist and be able to apply standards to our thinking? Because we can think all day. But again, what type of standards are we applying? What does this all mean? What does this all really come to? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it simply comes to us being better thinkers. Being able to use a process to be able to improve our thinking. How many people 4 or 5 years ago remember a Nike commercial that said, no pain, no gain? Anybody remember that? It's a real neat logo, wasn't it? Okay, what does it really mean? Well, simply it means that, hey, look, me as a professional athlete, I'm going to put forth hours, days, and times to do what? To be the best that I can in my profession. I mean, you take a look at Venus Williams, you take a look at Ernie Els, you start taking a look at Tony Romo. I'm sorry, okay? And we take a look at our professional athletes. And what have they done? They sacrificed. They work hours on end, hours to do what? And what do? We hold them up on a pedestal. Well, here, let me switch this around. You ready for this? No intellectual pain, no intellectual gain. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go through your life, you go through your program of study, you're working on solving problems, and you're standing in front of the mirror going, God, how did I get here working at H-E-B? I hate bagging groceries. Simply look at your face and remember, all your successes and all your failures, everything that you do in life, all come down to the nitty-gritty of two things. The amount of thinking that you do and the quality of thinking that you do. If there's no intellectual pain, there's no intellectual gain. And ladies and gentlemen, critical thinking impacts on everything of your life. Everything. Not just simply here at the college, but at work, in your own personal life. You can use this process for everything to help improve your critical thinking. And then maybe all these crazy things that are happening negatively can go away because we are beginning to think better and to be able to improve our thinking. Now, the conclusion of this is there's a little quick survey. Would you turn to the survey real quick, please? Would you look on question, I believe it's question 5. You see it where it says, hey, can you select your level of thinking? Everybody look up here at me. You ready for this? Rock and roll time. Okay. I have a bachelor's degree through Indiana Institute of Technology, business minor in management. I have a master's, an MBA through Columbia Southern University. I have a master's in education with a minor in instructional technology. I have a certificate in project management. I'm a certified online instructor, and I'm working on my doctorate. Now, everybody's looking at going, you egotistico? But the bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen. Do you really think that if I take this survey, I'm putting master thinker on here? No, I'm not. So, all this intellectual content doesn't mean that I am also a great critical thinker. And please think about this before you put this. Now, as you leave, if you would simply give the survey over to my 2 attendants right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I know there's a lot of places you could be besides sitting here looking at some tall, lanky faculty talk to you about something like critical thinking. But my purpose is you walk out that door and hopefully some of you will be able to sit there and make a connection and go, you know what? That guy's right. Maybe I need another process to be able to think, to be able to come up with informed decisions. Maybe he's right. I was never taught a way to be able to think, and I can start using it to be able to improve my thinking. That's my purpose because, of course, this college believes in your welfare just as well as I do as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.